Good afternoon and welcome back to the Illiterate Greek. As you can see today, I'm not broadcasting from the basement. Long story. Today I want to look at 1 Samuel 15. And in 1 Samuel 15, it's dealing with Saul has continually done what he wanted to and followed God according to his interpretations. So he was supposed to wait for Samuel. He didn't, and he went off and he conquered, and so everything was done. And Samuel came, and in 1 Samuel 15:13, he says, "Blessed are you of the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord." And what is one of my favorite verses in the Bible is Samuel's reply is, "And what is the bleating of sheep that I hear in the background?" Because he was supposed to destroy them. But what I want to take a look at is what Saul said. "I have performed what the Lord orders." The Amplified Bible says, "I've carried out the Lord's instructions." So I want to look at that word "performed." In the Greek, it's H6965. It's the word "cum," and it means to fulfill or confirm. The Webster definition, however, says to carry out, accomplish, or fulfill an action, task, or function. I have performed my duties. So Saul, what it came down to was Saul was a good performer. He did what he thought God wanted him to do. And that's probably the biggest difference between Saul and David, is that Saul always did what he thought God wanted him to do, where David always did what he knew, David sought after God, and he did what God wanted him to do. David was after the heart of God. Not just obedience, but he was after the heart. And again, here we see, Saul acted according to what he felt the people wanted him to do. David, however, always did what God wanted, regardless of what people thought. When he brought the ark back to Jerusalem, and he was dancing in his underwear in front of the ark, and he didn't care what the people said because he was celebrating to the Lord. It says in Psalm 24, "Who may ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who may stand in his holy presence? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, and who has not lifted his soul up to an idol, nor sworn deceitfully." Saul's heart was full of his wants and his desires and his visions, whereas David wanted only what God wanted to do. And that was why David was pleasing to God. It also says in Psalm 51, "The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. These, O God, you will not despise." David understood what having a broken and contrite heart was. He stood before God and did what God wanted. So in conclusion, God's not looking for a performance from us. He's not looking for us to put on a good act for him. But God is looking for our hearts. He's looking for us to give us all of our hearts to him. So take some time to read through the 1 Samuel 15 and contemplating what it is exactly that Saul did that was wrong. He wasn't after God's heart. He was trying to impress God. So we'll talk to you next week, and hopefully by that time I'll be back in my shop. Take care.